Hello everyone, welcome back to ESL TV for the ESL 1 Battlefield 4 Summer 2014 group stages. We're in a Group C, and now we're into finally the winners bracket. Gonna be an exciting game here. Didn't us lose out in the first game, as we saw against Planetkey Dynamics, and of course Gamers Connection winning in a 2-0 as well over My Revenge. But now, Gamers Connection, Planetkey Dynamics, going to be an interesting matchup here between these two teams.
Yeah, it definitely will be. Planetkey looking solid. TopAChat is what we now have to call them. Say we're all grumpy, we make call them Gamers Connection.
That's
yeah,
their name, though.
I know. It doesn't make sense, Jason, but this is the way the world works. But yeah, both solid teams. It's going to be who's playing better on the day, pretty much between these two. And once again, we do kind of apologize for the slight delay. Pretty much Origin, Wire, everything is taking its time at the moment. So I think we're almost ready, though.
I think we are. I'm just trying to make sure that we are live, because the admin is... Okay, so it's not live. All right. So apparently someone's girlfriend is taking their PC. I didn't know gamers had girlfriends. I know I don't have one. So interesting on my part. But either way, let's go over the map pool for you guys at home. We have Zava, Operation Locker, and Dawnbreaker. Zava was chosen by Planetkey, and Operation Locker was chosen by Gamers Connection.
Operation Lurker. My new favorite map.
Do it again.
Lurker.
Do it with a different map now. Do Zavod.
No. Only works on Lurker. It's a great map. But yeah, I'm just waiting at the moment. If you are trying to play Battlefield, I'm sure you're aware of the issues. So it's taken us some time today. I had a spider drop on my keyboard, so my focus isn't all spot on right now. It was pretty unnerving. Like, my keyboard's right here, and it fell on it. It was like by the K key, so I was like, I'm flying.
Nice.
Nailed it.
There's a lot of things I wanted to say there that I just didn't. But I believe we're alive.
Maybe.
I believe we're alive.
Maybe. Let's hope so.
I don't see an official live section just yet from the admin.
Okay.
Okay, there it is.
Lure.
We're live. Let's drop in a game. That means live on restart. Let's drop in a game because we're kicking it off. Just take it away, Lauren. Take it for me.
Alrighty, we are into the game. So on the US side, it will be TopAChat. The French side has looked pretty damn dominant throughout the season, and on the Russian side, it'll be PKD, as we just saw, making light work of Dignitas. So let's see how they go about the start here. And no engineering classes, a lot of AEKs. I think they want the close range battle.
Well, let's see if that has happened as well. There's 4 men towards the B flag here for that Russian side for PKD. And only 2 actually out of the side of Gamers Connection going for it. And then, well, they will just lose out 1 by 1 here, and they're eventually not going to cap on over. But in the meantime, I want to know, are they going to push in towards that A flag as quick as they possibly can? They know how many are towards B, but if they do that, if they overcommit the amount of men towards A, they can lose quickly C right off the back of it. But
they are French, of course they're going to go to A. They may not get it, but they're going to try.
What does it mean to be French?
Because every French side does the AC hold. There you go. Lessons with Pansy. Mostly useless.
Professor Pansy?
Oh, that would have been better. That would have been better. I like that. Let's give him a new name. They didn't get those lower thirds on the go. He's not listening to me, but still.
He's looking for the spider.
Regardless of this, it's literally a matter of time before TopAChat actually do head out towards the safe flag. They're probably going to pick it up pretty damn soon. They're outnumbered at the moment, so they might be in a little bit of trouble, but they keep constantly working for it. They need to defend C, which they're doing fairly well. They've won over on B regardless. But, you know, I know the way they play. They're generally pretty keen on hitting up the AC hold, playing through mid, and then pushing up towards B when necessary. At the moment, though, they're perfectly fine where they are. They need to work back those 10 tickets, and they're probably going to do so with this time.
I had actually no one sitting at B. They rushed everyone back towards that C flag as quick as they possibly could. Relo, though, only going back there in the meantime. But as we can see, a couple of kills coming in for the side of Gamers Connection to be able to lock down that C flag for a little bit longer. As we do have PKD finally pushing in. See a couple of kills coming in their favor. And looks like Scene leading the charge here against Lieutenant Hunna. Well, the respawn's coming back in for the side of GC. I would imagine that they'll be able to maintain this one here for a little bit longer. Right now, B flag is open. Not even being touched here by PKD just yet, even though the Nosie's the last man standing. Eventually, they're going to make their move. And as we can see, we're going to have Lieutenant Hunter try to stop this cap from being taken over here. And he's against, well, 3 people, but out of nowhere, Rella picks up 2 big kills. And now it's a 2-on-2 here. And Lieutenant Hunter, who's, you know, coming into the groups, performed so damn well. I remember every game I've ever casted of him, he had a ridiculous scoreline. He really, you know, helped carry his team through into victory here. And I wouldn't be able to do it again.
I've got to say, it's Zai who's already doing the initial work anyway. He's come back in to clean up the mess that was left from the likes of Hunter. But all in all, very well played out from TopAChat. They're such a comprehensive team once they get going. As we said, they do like the A-hole. They'll always push a couple of players out towards it, maybe Fraud on his own, but they left C quite light. There's 2 players now having to retract back towards it, Zika being one of them. We saw our opponent, this ACWR is in the right hands earlier on. He does pick up scenes, so now it looks like Rella's going to join in. It might just work out for actually TopAChat. They're getting the cleanup, and that's just monstrous play. Being able to challenge out on C like that, even just Jansen alive and 90 tickets, that's not much.
And they're maintaining the strike cap for a long time. We're only 3 minutes in, and they already have, what, a 50-ticket lead? 40, if I could math correctly. They will eventually lose on C, it looks like, as they do finally get taken down here. Rella, though, still committing for this fight. And eventually will be dropped. So they will just go back to a 2-1. And in fact, PKD with a nice 2-man push onto the A flag are going to pick up a 2-for-1 in their favor here. But now Gamers Connection performing pretty well. Pretty happy with what we've seen so far. Extend to about a 50-ticket lead here. And PKD, I mean, they're struggling. They can't really just sit back and play on their whole standard battlefield like they did against Dignitas if they want to beat, Gamers Connection.
Definitely not. And you can see the difference between these guys. TopAChat, solid individually, very strong as a collective, and they're able to hold these sites quite well. At the moment, they are being challenged a little bit, outnumbered and outmatched on this C site. Zaya is near, but I think he's going to get taken down, but there we go, finally. The job gets sorted, but will they expect Frod? He can go for a sneaky push back in. He's got the AK, picks up Jansen, but actually falls back to mid. Might be a little bit more cautious to that B push across to deny maybe a trip cap.
Yeah, we do have B being capped over here, and not seen. He's going to pick that up. No one's even trying to contest this, but the A flag, as we can see, completely wide open. Meantime, we have the rest of TopAChat trying to push in towards the C flag yet again here, so they're going to pick up 1 flag. Maybe, actually, as I noticed Outsiders sneaking around towards the A flag in the meantime here, and Chica, he's trying to hold on to it. He's trying to, cap it over. He officially has gotten it, but it's being capped back, and he's not even turning around. He's just... Well, he wasn't turning around. He was just kind of not even really paying attention there. But you can see PKD, I mean, I want to say their strategy's kind of really changed since the game versus Dignitas. They noticed that Gamers Connection are providing a lot more of a stronger opponent, and they're playing way better now. They're really rising to the level.
We'll see how they do once the game gets a little closer. I think that at the moment they're finally setting into their half. So at the start it was very much a TopAChat hold. PKD have now got their first kind of better setup. They're now down to a 2-1 rather than that triple cap, and they need to get back into the lead with the tickets. They're down a fair few at the moment. They're on 68 to 80, and TopAChat can just start working their way back through as they see necessary. It looks like they're building up for that C hit, and they might just get it.
Definitely might. They've picked up quite a few kills here and even secured a couple more in that one. So they will get C here in the split second, unless PKD can get the respawns in that they need. And it looks like they have Tom obviously up towards one different direction or scene as well, who eventually gets taken down. They get the revives in, sorry, the respawns in. TopAChat not done just yet. They're still picking a couple of kills. There's still a battle going on here. And even though the C's in their hands, PKD aren't giving it up just yet without a fight here. They're still struggling to take this one over. They still have the respawns coming back in, but Tom, now one of the last men standing. They go for a couple of randoms, 1 more towards B, 2 towards the A flag here. They're going to give C up here in the meantime. And that's out to Jico towards the A flag to maintain this 1v2 hold.
Yeah, Jico definitely can do it. He's in a great spot. He was watching the push. I think he went a little early on towards C and then just giving away the game, but nevertheless, it will be PKD picking up the 2-1. And let's maybe Hunter can do something about this. It's going to be Fraud actually with the AEK now as well. Both players picking it up. Interesting to see that one in use, and it worked so well on this B side before. Can it do it again? No, Tom denies it, and they do manage to hold on. There's a couple of players sporadically pushing through. We know classically that TopAChat like to work their way through mid between the A and generally B sites. They'll always be in this mid section, constantly trying to dominate around here and then split off the back of it. It's going to allow them a foot in the door. So Giga, for example, quick rotate up towards A. Has to worry about the random respawns, though. Jansen is very close by. But those tickets are starting to get quite low for PKD now.
They really are here. And I had to give him credit, though, for at least turning it back in their favor. I mean, it was a 50-ticket difference until we saw, obviously, the tri-cut come in for PKD. But now it's still about 20. It's obviously extending as time goes on here. And PKD, you can see Jansen slowly making his way towards his A flag here. And the man that was defending it, Jica, actually left. He went completely away from it. But now noticing, going to be capped over. He heads back here, and it's up to him to win this 1v1 here, and he does. So it will be A maintained, C maintained as well here. And we could see, a potentially 50-ticket lead coming into the second half right now if TopAChat keep this up.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like PKD is struggling to find their footing here. They're kind of left in a position that TopAChat love playing. But I don't think PKD quite like that as much. They're being kind of picked up in mid, and it's not going too well. You can see immediately TopAChat just forcing themselves in front with the double. And then Nosy now on his own at C. Not the best place. The nades are coming in from lower, so he knows where they're at, but didn't expect the pushing from the top side. Zai comes around, takes him down. And now, well, Tom can turn it around on towards A, but even with that in mind, it looks like TopAChat want to hedge their bets.
And it's really weird because TopAChat, I mean, they're not even leaving usually one man back at a flag. They kind of throw all their eggs into one basket, attack the flag to retake it or to maintain the hold. And from that, if PK is playing a little bit faster and looser, they could probably get these back caps over and over again. But right now, with the full squad wipe coming in, it's gonna be a trip cap here for PKD. So they're gonna start to claw away at the lead that TopAChat have at about 30 right now. And you can see those tickets are just falling so damn quickly right now.
Yeah, and they needed that. Any ticket they can get away from TopAChat is perfect. You don't want to give them any more an advantage right now. These guys are very competent. You saw once they get, rolling how good they can be. If PKD can keep this one up, they're going to do well. They currently have to be a little bit cautious of the B push across, but it looks like C is a site that maybe TopAChat want to hit up, and only Zaya really the one close towards it. You can see the Hunter's not too far behind now with that AEK, looking to crack this side open. Tom denied Jika, but Hunter, a bit of a different deal, and even B being challenged out by PKD. They're making a real fight of this.
Yes, they are, and they actually, well, they are the ones that could come out with the victory here in this first half. But either way, obviously TopAChat aren't done just yet. A is almost wide open here, but they're not done attacking this C5, or they want to commit to it. They will be able to pick it up here. But again, they were tri-cap for a little bit of time right there, and they're still struggling to get this A flag at the same time. And gotta be credit to Planetkey where it's due. They are doing a great job so far. I mean, yeah, the score is pretty much dead even, but it looked like it was almost over for them just with how strong TopAChat came out of the gates.
Yeah, Hunter trying to make sure that A doesn't get pushed on the cheeky flank, and actually he's done perfectly by picking up Janssen. And they're keeping it even, TopAChat. They've worked up from the AC hold now, which we know they quite like anyway, and they can use this mid area just to keep PKD down. And PKD not even worrying about B these days. They're just trying to put bodies in towards this side, but a massive wipe comes out from Hunter, Rella, and Zaya, just knocking them all the way back towards spawn, and I think it's too much for them to handle. This will be game.
All right, so 20-ticket lead here for the side of TopAChat coming into the second half. Not the biggest of leads we've seen today. I mean, we've seen 105 on this map for Planetkey earlier on. But still, it's not that much, 20. I mean, if we imagine, maybe one kill went in favor of PKD, when it didn't, it could have actually changed that completely around.
I definitely could have, but, that's... I want to point out something. The kills are very even in this. 16 to 8 for a Nosy, 16 to 14 for Hunter. Kills were not the difference there. TopAChat, when they wanted a site, they pretty much got it. When they pushed in together, very comprehensive. Early game, TopAChat were better. Toward the mid game, PKD really turned it around with that trip cap being held quite substantially. But then TopAChat can play the unorthodox. They can play CA very well. So when generally you pick that up as a kind of last-ditch effort, it gets taken away from you very quickly. However, them being able to play that means that they can pretty much stay in position quite some time and get those tickets back, which kind of gave them back into the game, which they really did need.
An outsider did not have a strong game. He finished 4-14.
No, considering he was one of the stronger players, it's surprising. And the ACWR did very well in hipfire, but then when you come up against the AEKs that Hunter was running with and a couple of the others, I think Rella as well, you're going to be outnumbered pretty much in the amount of fire that thing can just put down in a couple of seconds. I think it's the second fastest gun pretty much in competitive play nature, second to the Famous, that obviously got banned out. So very similar fire rate, very similar recoil. It's a little bit more of a neutral gun compared to the Famous. Famous is a couple more extremes, like the extremely long reload, the very small clip it comes with, whereas the AEK has the kind of benefits of both, and it's a little bit more well-rounded. So that could have been a bit of a mistake for him, maybe coming into this thinking he can play it the same way, but we'll see how this comes in, a little later on. I'll stick on board with him and see how he actually plays it out, because bear in mind, he knows he was running with the ACWR and did really well with it.
True. Very true. Maybe it was just a bad map for him or something like that.
It really could be. He just may not be having the game he wanted. Things might not be falling into place. It happens. Sometimes you just don't have the best of games. So I believe the teams are almost ready then.
Yeah, let's go and drop in the game. This one's going to be kicking off the second half here right now. Not Planetkey. TopAChat with a 20-ticket lead right now. And Planetkey, who had a 2-0 over Dignitas, they're fighting to win out on this first map here. And obviously, you can see they're going to be on the US side. TopAChat over on the Russian side. And we have a little bit of a different split coming this time, though, out of both teams. Not as much emphasis on that B flag.
No, TopAChat, they like they're working through mid. They're going to play to that. Rella immediately going towards the underpass. And then they might swing across from B. I think they're just testing the waters, making sure PKD aren't completely aware they like to play through mid. They're going to certainly know it now. Look at Frod on a little bit of an aggressive rotate, say at least, making his way around right in front of the opposition. And this is falling apart. And C might be able to pick up A here.
He's definitely in mind. I could give him a tri-cap, and that'd be a strong start out of PKD as well. And I don't know. The thing is, to me, I've never been a big fan of tri-caps in general, but just tri-caps this early, because the game's already really hectic in the beginning, just trying to solidify a couple of flags. You know, maybe if you just, instead of sending that one man towards A, you just set up a perfect a hold onto the 2 flags that you do have, and that will net you a lot more tickets in the long run here. But it's pushed on A, unsuccessful, did get taken down. Did buy a little bit of time, though, committing 2 people towards the top side, and it's allowed them to hold on to the C flag. And look, they're set up. If you look at the overview really quickly, they have that line hold between B and C, and they have the men who can rotate quickly if they need to. They have men watching every direction, and this is going to be really hard to break here.
This is quite similar to how Dignitas played it once they were set up, actually, against PKD. Players up on this spot, they had Frantic supporting, where we just saw Outsider going down, so not played as well. Frantic was a little bit more passive compared to Outsider then, but Tom still standing can do a lot of damage if TopAChat aren't aware of him. So they have finally broken through towards B, but look at the ticket difference. Brilliant start coming out from PKD.
Eventually, TopAChat will get control of B, so they will finally net themselves back a 2-1. But in the meantime, Scene going to be pushing the A flag yet again. Still C being maintained here by PKD, and it's not even being attempted to be broken so far, as we've seen out of TopAChat. But finally going to move in. They do get the wipe over towards the A flag, so they're going to maintain that. And now they're looking for a tri-cap here. They're looking to take the C flag, but Tom, he's got something to say about it. Picks up 1 kill. He's looking for potentially another. He's used as that a mobile spawning beacon right now, and he even secures a 2nd kill.
Great play from Tom. He knows he did find Zika as well, so he pretty much held on towards C by himself. He knows there's a player out on B, as Outsider did go down not too long ago. Can he find him, though? He needs to open this one up. There's 2 players now committed towards B. They want this BC hold. PKD a little more classical in the way they play this through. Janssen gets shown up, but now Outsider needs to step up like he did last time. He does get 1 and supports his teammate with the other. So they will get B, but look at their resources committed. C's probably going to be pretty light, and TopAChat know that.
Yeah, they're hitting it too. They have 3 men. Well, now have 4. Even with the respawn coming back, and actually everyone in the end coming towards that C flag. Now A is left wide open. Outsider trying to quickly move towards that one. Even see, you know, TopAChat respawning by going right back towards middle. They're trying to defend this. They realize the A push most likely gonna happen here, since PKD kind of, to me at least, seem to play a little bit fast and loose right now in terms of where they're throwing their men, or their resources are going towards these flags. But in the end, PKD, they're going to pick up A. They're going to have the AB hold here. Not the most ideal setup, but they'll take it where they can get it. They're going to take the ticket bleed back in their own hands. And obviously, as we can see, it's 105 to 114 with only a 20-ticket threshold. It's still a very close game.
It is, and you can see the TopAChat guys focusing a little bit towards still picking up A, but they're not going to get it. They seem to be going in dribs and drabs here, and that might allow a little bit of room to breathe for PKD. Outsider now in a 1v2, though. He's overmatched on that A flag. He's going to get taken out pretty easily by Hunter. A little bit of support coming in the end by Scene, but no real luck to be found.
Fast.
Yeah, indeed. It was a short-lived push, but regardless of that, PKD still keeping up quite well. They just need to not allow TopAChat to start that ball rolling.
I'm actually kind of looking at this. I'm a little bit like confused because, you know, TopAChat, they are rotating men as quick as they possibly can. Like when a site gets hit, they immediately throw as many men towards that as they possibly can, which leaves a lot of back caps vulnerable. But we're not really seeing too many people on the side of PKD really go for that. We don't see a Horik going for the back caps onto the A flag over and over again here, but they keep sending 1 man eventually, which I do like. They're trying to get in there, but they can't pick up the kill. And that's just really starting to struggle for them here. But in the meantime, PKD going to be able to push in towards the C flag here. They will get shut down. And TopAChat, well, down about 20 tickets here. Might be able to take their first lead here of this second half.
Well, we'll have to wait and see how much this lasts for. Can there be a turnaround right now? The good 2 spawns up towards the north by A, and they're still on B. They can push out if they get a couple of kills here. Scene does find Zika, so opened up the C site, and then moving in very fast this one. Tom's not messing around. The AK checks the side. He spot out Prod. Prod did get the double before, but he gets denied even a single. He does go down, and C's looking vulnerable here. They could make a move if PKD is smart about this one.
They definitely could. They're actually getting the flank on them, it seems, right now, because they're able to attack them from the backside, but in the end, they're not able to pick up enough kills that they need. They actually do trade pretty much 1 for 1 across the board here, but it's now down to 1 man. Scene picks up the kill, and that will give C. They have A. They're going to pick up a tri-cap here. Even gets a couple of revives in at the last second, and now this is going to be a nice big bleed here for the side of PKD. But how long can they maintain it? That's the real question. He goes over the A flag. It's being capped over already, and knows he's there. He's playing it slow. He's playing it calm and safe here, and I kind of like that. But he pays for it. He ends up getting killed.
Yeah, but it's going to come down on B. The main resources coming out from the Russian side of TopAChat, forcing themselves on towards this one. Picked up one of the kills, but we do have a little bit of a sneaky player, Tom, here. Oh, those nades almost catching him. He's going to wait this one out. He knows he's outnumbered now. He knows how many are on this flag, at least 2. Now down to 1, he starts roaming around, gets the respawns for the overmatch. And he could get someone up. No, Zika completely outpositioned him there, waiting for that push in. And still, at the moment, I think Jansen's sadly going to fall to the same fate. So this could be a good quick turnaround. 2-1 here as PKD with the CA hold.
Luckily for them, though, they picked up 3 frags on the people in pretty much that C to A line. Which just stopped the potential push coming to C. Allows them to get a little bit of a couple of respawns in themselves to really defend against us, and they're going to maintain it. They built up now about, what, 30 ticket advantage? We do see, well, Planetkey drop below 20. They will have lost out, but so far they got 56 tickets left to take down from Gamers Connection TopAChat if they do want to secure themselves this first map victory. And remember, they're the ones that chose this map here, so you're expecting them to pretty much win it.
You'd hope so. Like, obviously, TopAChat on partially better side, but PKD have never been too far behind, but Hunter now getting himself out early towards A. He's going to be able to get this and then maybe push off towards mid, support C, because that looks a little weak, seeing that Frod and Zaya have gone down. And I think that's the plan. So heading on over, B's being taken, and he might be able to get this C flag in hand if he's there fast enough and maybe catch a couple of respawns and a couple of rotates.
He almost got completely behind them. No one was even looking in his direction. Actually, no one is even looking right now here, and he's going slow. But the problem is 3 of his teammates just got wiped out attacking the B flag here. So he's going to have a couple of respawns on top of him, which will help out. But it will delay the push a little bit longer here. And Scene's the only man to defend against us here in a 1-on-3. Already picks up one, and they're looking for him. They do eventually take him down. So C will be picked up. But again, they committed so many resources towards that C push. There's no one on A. And this could be a cap back over here for PKD.
Hunter, though, just hit it and quit it. He's gone straight from C back towards A. He's done the full lap almost now. And he did secure that C site pretty much for the side, but he's not going to win out against Scene. He does get taken down. Finally, Steen kind of stepping back into the same sort of role he was playing before, but 2-1 at the moment. Tickets are getting very low for TopAChat. They need to step the hell up very soon because they're being outplayed by PKD here, and this would be a huge upset.
You know, he said something that's kind of exactly how TopAChat's playing. You know, Lieutenant Hunter running the laps between C and the A flag over and over again. That's what they've been doing. They've been just throwing so many men at these flags, running constantly, not really leaving anyone back to defend too much. And I mean, it worked out for them a little bit in the beginning, but right now they're down about 50 tickets here. And well, PKD are going to pick up B yet again. A is wide open to be taken if they just throw one man at it on the side of TopAChat. They're not going for that just yet, and this is just buying them more time. 24 tickets left to go here, and PKD we could be looking at, you know, another upset potentially.
Definitely could. It's a good start to things now. TopAChat did one out on B though, but C looking a little bit vulnerable, a little bit light for men, but it's been secured. So now PKD have to break back in. 20 tickets, as you said, now remaining with TopAChat. They can't afford a trip cap or any 2-1s to be held against them. We'll have to see who can really break out this game. B finally goes over to TopAChat, but here comes a little bit of a test over at C. This could go very badly, and it looks like TopAChat actually might lose out on this one.
Oh, they do come with a couple of big kills there, though, that stop the push coming in, and they're able to maintain for a little bit longer. B, though, being contested in the meantime, trying to stall, trying to buy a little bit of time here, but they're finally fighting back. Remember, 20 tickets. If we see PKD drop below that, that will have will be in the first half, or the first game, first map, if I can even speak, going over to TopAChat here. But right now, 2-1 hold here in favor of PKD. 17 tickets left to go with here, and we're going to see potentially with all these kills coming in, the final push here in the next few seconds.
Yeah, definitely. PKD on the verge of doing absolutely wonders here, taking down TopAChat in their second game, well, in the first map at least. Would be an absolute upset. But still, TopAChat have bullied them out of B almost. They're just picking up the final kills. Frod there.
Backcapping C, though.
On cleanup duty, and as you said, back cap on C, but look at this, Rella just making it towards A. They might walk away with 2 tickets left maybe, or you know, maybe a little more if they're fast on this one. Rella rotating very quickly off of A. Bit of a mistake there, now being challenged out. This could go either way.
It really could. It's 5-25 right now, and let's see who's going to actually pick up the kills that they need. You can see B left wide open as well. PKD going for a quick rotate towards that. They're going to pick it up here, but they're going to lose out on C. They have no one left there to defend against it, and that's going to be TopAChat pushing in, claiming that one. Meantime, A being capped over at the same moment, and it's only 4 tickets left to go here for TopAChat.
This is putting out fires just about everywhere. Tom trying to pick up A. He goes down. They're going to reclaim that. But C left in the hands of Zaya in a pretty much a 1v2. He's doing well, but is it well enough? Finally taking down those kills. And Frod there, 2 tickets left. They've got the AC hold. They finally worked it out. Jansen just moving in for the sake of it. Zaya off to the side, picks it up.
14
and they're holding
tickets,
on.
12.
They're holding on. 2 left still for TopAChat.
2 to 10.
Can they do anything? Can they make this one stick? A is vulnerable. B is open. It's going to be a hit on A. They know it. They've already put players out there. 3 now making their way through the lower tunnels. Could change it around. There's not much left
Oh,
here.
they're leaving A. They're going for C. I think they realized that the rotate was coming in. Jensen can actually head back towards the A flag. It's 2-4 right now, and Jensen looking for the 1 kill. He's going to at least neutralize it, if anything, with the help of a couple of teammates there. And he needs to pick up this kill. They get the respawn top of him. They're going to actually help keep it alive. It's now a 1v1, and there it is. PKD are going to drop below the threshold here, and TopAChat going to hold on with 1 ticket and pick up that first map.
Wow, don't get me wrong. I said this would have been an upset, but them turning that around, wow. TopAChat just got tested and just came out on top. Still with one ticket left standing. Stunning play. I said they were putting out fires, and they were, but they did it damn well.
I feel like PKD just kind of... I don't even know the word I'm looking for right now. They just kind of... They struggled at the end. They kind of just like didn't know what to do. They didn't have someone calling. Everyone was just shouting, just get to a fight, get to something as quick as we possibly can. Cap it over right now because we're so close to victory. But in the end, you know, the split calling, the split decisions coming in...
Unbelievable.
The craziness that was happening, it's going to cost you a map like that. They should have won that. But they threw it away in the last couple of seconds. Got to credit to TopAChat for really stepping up.
Yeah, that should have been PKD's map. They had the holds, they had the better setup. You know, it came down to 1v1s, and that's when you kick yourself. You think, God, if only I played a little bit smarter about that one kill earlier or that one respawn earlier. Always comes back to that. So extraordinarily well done to TopAChat. There's a reason they're further towards the top of the board than most people in this group, at least. But you can't expect that sort of play from anyone. That's that's a bit of a rarity coming out. We saw it maybe once with Dignitas against MYM before. We've seen very few teams be able to take it from that one ticket, literally, and turn it on a dime. So very well done. Not lucky, I'd say, but I think PKD being inexperienced compared to them certainly helped out.
It was also a good respawn towards the A flag because it was a 2v1. And I think they called it out quick enough. They threw a respawn on top of him. His teammate died, but then he picked up the 2 kills and stopped A from being capped over. And that right there, I guess, was enough here. Because obviously, if you think they respawned another person in, that would have been the game. And good calls at the end out of them. So
all
they pick up the first map.
Factors, all these small factors just add into the overall game as to what we saw today. So second map coming up, Locker, though, that is, you know, on paper, a very good map for TopAChat. These guys, the French side, you know, there was always these unorthodox styles they had on Zavod, but they're just solid on this. They were one of the teams that could at least challenge Fnatic in their heyday on this specific map. This is going to be worrying times, I feel.
I don't really... I'm trying to think back to how PKD played earlier on Dawnbreaker. Obviously, it's more of a linear map, Dawnbreaker, than Operation Locker, but Operation Locker to me is very frag heavy, just like Dawnbreaker is. Zavod to me is kind of like a lot of strategy based, but this is gonna be pretty much like who's out aiming who. Kind of. Obviously, there's a lot of calling in as well. You know, just to kind of get the read on where you want to hit at the same time. But I feel like TopAChat should have this one. I feel like their aim is better overall right now.
I agree with you because they seem more comfortable to run with the AEKs that are perfectly complemented on this map. So I think Hunter's going to be up towards the top. Frod as well, who's stepped up in the second half of the first map. PKD like the ACWRs, which are not a bad choice. The hipfire clearly is quite good on it. But I think, as you said, they do come off slightly better in those 1v1s with the French side of TopAChat. So I think they've got the edge here. But again, PKD can step up. We saw Outsider going huge on the first game kill-wise. There's all the potential there. They just have to be able to make sure it counts because I think morale alone is going to be a massive issue going into this one after they let it drop at such...
There was a lot of chat between the teams, just like freaking out over the end of that game because of how close it was. And a lot of talk about last season as well when I guess these two teams did meet and kind of had a similar result, if I'm not mistaken, then. Just from what they're saying. I don't remember obviously the top of my head.
My brain is a simple thing. It can't handle that much.
Looker. Sorry, we're just waiting for one person to reconnect on the side of TopAChat.
Yeah.
Hope it just dropped in the transition. But yeah, I mean, Locker, I like the evolution we saw of Locker over time. Like the way people play it differently. Like when we first saw it, I think it was like Eyeballers versus Fnatic. First time we ever casted it, and Eyeballers ended up coming with the victory. But the way the people play the map in terms of A and B being very crucial, but there's always that AC hold, and you can just kind of watch the middle section. There's the AB hold, we can just watch from inside to outside. There's a CB hold, which honestly isn't really... I'm trying to think if it's actually really that great or that popular. I mean, obviously you'll take it if you can, but...
What, AC?
It's BC, because it's a little bit harder to hold than AC, in my opinion.
It just means you have to be aggressive through mid. Let's go to my screen really quick and actually go through this while the teams obviously join up. We can take you through some of the options that we do actually see occasionally played out on this one. And you were mentioning the BC setup. There's generally a reason you don't see it. It's because of these back respawns around this sort of side back here. It can be a real pain in the ass, obviously, when you're trying to maintain on B. But I've got really buzzing in my headset.
I don't know what that sound is.
No, it's really weird and confusing. But yeah, it's a possibility, but it's not something you want. The main one that you will see these days is generally at the start, it will be an A-B flat out hold. They'll kind of ignore C for a little while, so that kind of gets cut off there.
There it is again.
Yeah, that's really weird. I don't know what that sound is.
Well, my sounds are completely off.
Getting a weird buzzing sound in the headset. Hopefully you guys can't hear it at home. Maybe just be us going mad.
That is a good possibility.
It could
yes.
be. It
I mean,
could
you've been casting what out of the last 10 days, 9 of them or 8 of them or something.
I've casted every single day, even on the weekends, just so I can say the fact of it. But okay, let's actually go through the tactics. So obviously, one team like starting around this kind of spot, or right back here, should I say? Sorry, excuse me. I'll get it factually correct. So around here, and then one around here, pretty much. Now, back in the days of the Scar H, you'd generally see 2 players. It's really annoying.
Yeah, it is.
2 players splitting out here. One down towards the lower, one maybe upper. One with the Scar H, maybe one with not necessarily an AEK, but something around that marker, maybe the ace, something, you know, well-rounded for the closer range push, which would come out with this guy on top, covering you off towards this extent. And then the other side always has a disadvantage. They don't have any cover like that towards the outside from B. So this team, if they're going to put a player out, he might just sit around here, and that was it. It's very hard to push beyond that. The only way the team starting on the B side would be able to break through would work their way up here, and then split out towards this site, and pressuring these varying options. Now, that's what we used to see. These days, it's not such a viable option. Mostly, it's the clash through here. So that's pretty much where you'll see most of the action. And then whoever wins this will then split either up this way, pick up C, or obviously it could be the blue side and do just the same thing. But the real difference being that players will now have to make sure they get a player up here, regardless of having A or not. It's such an important position, or play a little more aggressively. We saw a couple of players not too long ago actually sitting off on these cliffs. So you've got the cliffside down here. I'm trying to think who it was. I've got the notes on it. It was, I think it was Fnatic. I'm trying to think who from Fnatic was sitting there, though. I'm trying to look back at my beautiful notes. Trying to think who it was. It's something that we don't see too often.
I think it was Mort.
It might have been.
At the X, right?
No. Over here.
Oh, no. I actually don't remember. I thought we were talking about the X.
No, I'm trying to think who that was, but I can't remember completely and utterly. But it's a position, I genuinely think it might have been someone from Epsilon. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll have a look back through that. And excuse me for not remembering, but there was a player right here that just watched the push through mid, and it just worked out perfectly. But that's an option, but it's not necessarily the best one. Most of the time, if you occasionally see them getting out here these days, they'll have, you know, a couple of players here, but it's all about watching the pushes rather, or at least challenging the pushes rather than kind of focusing on it. So it's these options that, you know, come into effect. I'm not sure why it's back to us. I don't think the teams are ready yet.
I didn't think you were done either.
No, I'm still talking because the teams are taking forever and a day. So we're going to come back to this. It's just...
He just wants to hit buttons, you know?
I know. This is the producer's like, screw it, I'm going to press this one and see what happens. He doesn't know anymore. It just plays random sounds in my headset. But that's what we used to see. That's kind of what we get a little more used to. Generally, I still feel the AC setup is a little bit more complementary because you can hold it in this sort of position from back here. And the only problem you might occasionally get would be a spawn right back around here. But that's generally if they're denying the ones on this side. So it's a safer setup. We will occasionally see maybe A and B also being now in favor. It's something that can be done quite well. It depends on how well you manipulate the spawns, how well you keep tabs on them. Obviously, keeping these guys out in the cold is quite literally the tactic. So if you maintain this sort of area, so that obviously the 3 pushes available, 1 down mid, 1 down towards B, and 1 up C. If you can keep those, obviously the vision from the outside coming inside is absolutely dire, because you basically get the white screen almost, and the guys can just sit back here and just mow you down. Simple as that. And the only threat being, once again, the back spawns down towards the back of B. So
you should be an artist.
Yeah, I know, right? It's pretty incredible. But
so apparently the chat does not hear the buzzing, by the way.
Oh god, I'm going mad. That's great. That's just...
I don't hear it either. I'm just trying to make you feel better.
Thanks, buddy.
No, I hear it as well.
But no, there's been a good couple of setups on here that have been quite impressive. It was Punch Rule who was sitting there. There we go. Between MYM and Fnatic, he actually played that one. I've just found the notes on it. And there was actually quite a nice setup, and this is one that Fnatic almost lost to that I really did like. It was for an AC hold. I think the teams are almost ready. Do keep your eyes on that. I will stop waffling when I have to.
We're not.
No?
We're not even close. Still waiting on the fifth.
Alrighty. So, the way that I really liked it, one was Ducky Chan in here. Then we had the likes of Safe, kind of around the back, rotating in between A and watching the push on C. They mostly put Sayo, if I'm not mistaken, just going to make sure I'm right, out towards here. He was watching the push in on the Snake, right there. And obviously, he was watching that. And then we had a little bit more of an aggressive push on the outside. So Punchroll and Flax would alternate, but generally Punch would sit down here and then Flax up here. And it's quite an aggressive push. You're a little light in mid. Generally, you might want to put a couple more players in that sort of position. But it was a really good way to play it. So I like that. I think that could really be an option. Hopefully the team's
Letting the
now
admins
almost
know
ready.
that we've been ready for the last 16 minutes. We're waiting for the last to reconnect.
I'm so sorry you've had to stare at that map for 16 minutes, guys. I'm trying to help you out here. Are the teams actually going live yet?
Nope.
Oh, we're still waiting on the 5th
Still waiting on the 5th.
Top-A-Chat to come back.
Yep.
So for me, I
It's
would...
connected.
Oh, yeah. So for me, I'd like to see the Epsilon style tactic right there. Excuse me, the MYM tactic. Dear Lord, I can't even use my words. I'd like to see that, keep the teams really pressured back at B, but I'm not sure if it's a complete option.
Oh my god.
It's almost
Pansy.
time.
Guess what?
What?
They restarted it.
Whoa.
That means we're going live soon. Yeah. That dance, it's not,
Whoa.
it's too white.
What do you expect? I'm like a milk bottle these days. I don't see sunlight. Jesus.
I thought British people had moves.
Don't be silly. We drink tea and talk about crumpets.
I still really want to try crumpets one day.
They're
But I'm going to
really
get back to
good. They are really damn good.
I'm so hungry right now, too. But let's get back to the game
Someone
here
buy Jason
because
Pizza, please. Just send it to the ESL
if
studios.
someone in chat's willing, I will give you the address.
Shush. No, we don't do this game.
You brought it up. And I
As a
will.
joke.
I like salami. Just salami. But anyways, let's go ahead and
I
jump
bet
into
you
game here
do.
because we are ready. You don't need to see our faces or hear my stomach growling anymore.
It's
And
not
right-
for salami.
You're proud of yourself on that one, aren't you?
I am. Oh, take us away.
All right. So over on the US side, we're going to have PKD. Over on the Russian side, we will have TopAChat here. And, well, we're going to see A obviously picked up here for TopAChat here, sending 3 men towards B. And being met by 3 men themselves here. Actually, now 4 as we see PKD spawn another man over towards there. But C going to be picked up by Scene and B maintained in the meantime here.
Yeah, we are seeing TopAChat trying to focus mostly on mid. They went for a very aggressive stance. Rella has broken through quite drastically with that AEK, so he's going to get a good position towards that B site. Hunter needs to be a little careful and no one slips through the backside because, well, Outsider was going to try to. He gets caught there and taken down. Out on C, however, you can see the stack coming into play. Sheikah is in a great spot, though. If he's got the angle grip on that, he's going to have a great, nice little bit of work. He's got the Ergo with the muzzle brake, probably not the best setup to have there. But even without that, they're going to be able to get at least a foot in the door towards that B site.
All right, well, it looks like they might be able to cap it over, though. They're still struggling, and PKD are just throwing med into this flag just to maintain it. They pick up 1 kill, and it looks like that might have been enough, though. TopAChat's still committing a couple of resources here as well with the respawns in.
Tom, though. Look at Tom. What a smart play. Getting himself out towards A off his own back, realizing that the vast majority of the fight was going on there. This has just kept PKD right at the forefront of this game.
And now if he can win out in this 1v1, this could be a man coming right from the corner here. If he picks this up, this could be huge, and he will get it. That'll be A maintained for a lot longer here. They still hold on to C. It's going to allow them to get a couple of respawns in, hopefully quick enough here. And they should hold on to these 2 flags. So, like I said, great job by Tom to read into that situation and get around there quick enough here. And right now, Gamers Connection, they're the ones that chose this. TopAChat wanted this map, and yet they're not having a strong start.
No, not the best start in the world, but we'll see how this now kind of follows into the real meat of the game as TopAChat have one out on towards C. They still got B, but as I said, BC not the best setup in the world. Obviously, the back spawns and the easy push around the side makes it a viable option for PKD to add that pressure on, but fire coming in from Rella certainly doing the job towards Tom. He goes down in a little bit of a flurry of fire. He's now outside to try to push a little further forward. Pretty much pinned in on his own, and he had a struggling game before. Still sticking with that ACWR, still looking to make some work happen. He's close enough on B, but you can see the challenge coming into effect. 1 man still out on C as well, holding that on his own, and leaving the fight to come down onto these inner sites.
Right now, I mean, I was saying before, BC is not my preferred kind of hold, but well, it's being held on to pretty well by TopAChat so far. Obviously, we see 2 people on PKD still attacking that B flag here. As it's been, you know, kind of capped over every once in a while here. And actually, look at Jansen off to the backside. He's gone out for the long haul, waiting for some really. Actually, I'm curious. Are they gonna go for some respawns on top of him, attack B again, or is he just waiting for a pick and become kind of a nuisance that we saw Outsider do on Dawnbreaker against Dignitas?
It'd be a mistake to have him here for the response because he's being hunted down. I don't know. It's risky, And maybe they need a risk at the moment because they don't have the flags. They maybe need to surprise them more than anything. Because going for the random respawn towards A obviously won't give them anything as they already have it. So maybe this is the right option. It's just, it is risky. It might be a bait play so Tom can slip out towards that C site, I think, more than anything. And maybe he knows he can cut off the mid push, but he gets caught in the back by Fraud. That's gone very badly wrong.
Gia picks up a kill onto Tom as well in terms of C flag. So they'll maintain C. Looks like they're going to maintain B as well. Hunter trying to, well, obviously just hunt them down here. He's currently at 6 and 2. And he will be taken down. And looks like B will finally be capped over. But TopAChat again, committing so many resources. They want to maintain this flag. They don't care about A at this point. And the only man defending against it is going to be Scene, who gets dropped. And it will be C and B back in the hands here for TopAChat. And not to mention they have all 5 minutes. And as quickly as I say that, they drop on 2 more. But again, Gamers Connection up 20 tickets-ish, approaching that point. And they're looking pretty strong. I mean, I got to give credit, though, to PKD. I mean, considering it seems like it's been a complete stomp for TopAChat, they've been putting up some good numbers.
They certainly have been, and oh, that respawn could have been dire coming out then from the US side of PKD. They almost got basically double in a second, so need to be a little bit careful on those respawns. Clearly investing in towards this C site. 1v1 going to happen down towards B, and that's now the big factor here is, well, C has certainly gone over towards the PKD side, and Hunter now, with that back A spawn coming into effect, he's going to find Tom and maybe open up a chance towards A.
Looks like they might be able to have it. Him, Gia, and one man, Rella, I couldn't click his name. Actually going straight into the flag. They're going to pick it up, but no, B is left wide open in the meantime here. And it looks like we're going to have Jansen and Outsider actually just sneak right over to it here. So a little bit of a misstep. And A's not even really capped over just yet because C just kind of fell back. He didn't fight them. He sat back, waited for them to cap over, waited for them to leave, and now he's being a nuisance by coming in there and trying to pick it back up for his team. And right now, PKD might come with a tri-cap here in the meantime. Yeah,
very sloppy play from TopAChat, then being caught out a little bit, overly rotating off the A flag, but Zaya does catch a good glimpse of the 2 respawns coming out, and that might give him a little bit of a foot in the door there as they have brute forced their way back in towards the A side. They're going to get B going as well.
They got a little lucky with that respawn.
Yes, they did. Generally, it's a better one though for PKD. If they can take down the numbers, they'll be in a great position. But still, obviously, there's a lot of players there. But the fact is, I'm curious to see why they're putting so much stress on this respawn. I think maybe they found a way to stop that random respawn coming into effect, and it might be Fraud's position.
Well, we're going to find out here. And right now, you're not seeing any random respawns coming from behind him. But in the meantime, A is going to be attacked by 4 men, potentially even 5 here. This will be very tough to be held by TopAChat. Rella gets taken down. Outsider just pushing straight in. And we can see, luckily for them, they pick up Scene. So they're going to have a little bit of a man advantage right now. And a little bit of communication right there. Who was that just ran in? That was Outsider just ran straight into the flag by himself. Gets taken down here. As well as one more man, Jansen, being followed up right after. That was a little bit of a misstep here. Now B, well, Inozi and Tom are the only 2 to defend against us against potentially 3-4 men.
Hunter will be found in there. I'm going a little bit early, but it looks like they wanted to split the attention. You know, 3 out towards C, couple in at B for the PKD side. Looking like they want to find their way back through as much as possible, but Zaya is outnumbered drastically, and they're not playing a slow game though, TopAChat. They'll get their hands on the sites. They won't leave anyone back, and they'll fully commit. And I feel it's almost a mistake. I don't like this fast and loose play that teams play at the moment, or the teams don't play. The meta's changed a lot. They play for these longer extended setups. Jansen, there'll be dedicated players to dedicated sites. And it doesn't seem like TopAChat want to play that at the moment. They just want to play this fast game.
Well, it's working out for them for a little bit right now. As obviously have the lead, but obviously the tri-cap might come right back in here for the side of PKD. And TopAChat are struggling to get a single 5. They do get control of C here in just a few seconds. They're trying to fight back control of B in the meantime. And with Gia picking up a nice little bit of a shot right there, they will secure it for a little bit longer. But again, like you're saying, fast and loose by them. It can work. It can backfire, and we've seen it do that already in both situations here in this map.
Yeah, but this might be a triple cap. Fraud did pretty much what Tom did before. He gets taken down a little bit faster. But still, the aggressive push-up, I want to see if there's any respawns coming in behind Zhika. There we go. This is a new spawn. I'm not seeing this one coming in towards the northeast side on the outside. And that's a really bad spawn, actually. Right in the middle of TopAChat. It's not where you want to be. And maybe this is actually how they want to play it out. Keep these guys either in the cold or coming down from A. You can sort it out when they get there. You can knock in the site pretty easily, or at least close range-wise. And it's giving them tickets. It's just very unorthodox.
It is, and we're looking at potentially a 40-ticket lead here, and only about 7.5 minutes into the game. But in the meantime, well, we can see that, you know, B being maintained, even with a couple of kills coming in for the side of PKD. C, well, it will be actually transitioned over to PKD in just a few seconds as they had a 2-man advantage, pincering in Rella. But again, you have a lot of tickets to work with here. TopAChat have the time to push right back into C or A if they want. And it's really interesting to see that both teams are really committing a lot of resources towards the C flag. And usually we just kind of see, you know, A or B hit over and over again until one team finally gives.
Yeah, I think it's because of this strange play from TopAChat. I don't think the PKD know quite how to outdo them on B, so like, screw it, okay, let's put our attention towards C, and then TopAChat on the fast overcommitted rotates we've been consistently seeing means that there's a lot more kind of focus on this. So I think that's how it's kind of coming down to that, but at the moment, I think Scene might have been caught out there by Fraud just on top. He's going to be getting a couple of shots across, and Team does go down eventually, but the reinforcements had arrived. Janssen tries to go in for the revive, he gets caught in the heels, but Tom does the cleanup job, but I don't think I'll expect 2 more players committed here. And as you said, a lot of commitment out towards C.
Really weird to see that, because I mean, it's not like it's been a long time since we've seen Operation Lock. We saw it last week with Fnatic and Mutual Makers, and they didn't play anything like this. It's been a week, and Group C plays this map completely different than what we've seen out of obviously the 2 previous groups. So right now, A going to be capped over. We're looking at a tri-cap here, unless Tom can do something about it. He's trying to push back in. You can obviously see that, well, he's the only one.
Maybe you only need one. He did do a great job until Hunter came back around. C does go into the hands of the opposition, so TopAChat will be getting themselves pretty secure here. Scene trying to watch the push out from mid, but I feel it's almost too little too late. We're almost on the verge of it. This AB hold is looking fairly solid. They've got good positioning, apart from the fact that they're pushing out from A, not breaking down C, and left A completely open. It's going to be a big retraction from GC any second now once it sinks in, and this could spell trouble though.
And they do get at least a couple of respawns. Fraud coming on top of Jika. 3 of them pushing in. They will pick up the kills. They'll clean it all up. They'll hold the 2-1. And that, I think, might be the final push. They're going to need 2 tickets for the respawns in. Actually, 3, if I'm not mistaken. And this is the final little bit of action we're seeing at the A flag here. And right now, you can see TopAChat, they're going to hold it. They're going to hold the 2-1. And we'll hold about a 40-ticket lead here as we get into the second half. 5 tickets left to go. And the B flag is going to be attacked. But it's going to cost you more tickets to revive your team than you're going to be able to use. And that obviously will be it. 40-ticket lead for the side of TopAChat.
It's respectable.
Yeah,
it's very respectable. Very weird way of playing that out. I do not know what the hell to say about their game style on that one. It was this playing B and A because that's what everyone does. It's the reason teams don't do it because of that back spawn on B. B is not exactly a site you can completely lock out. There's so many ways to gain access to it. Where C's a little bit easier. You know, you can maintain certain amounts in this crossfire to come into effect. But on B, obviously, you're just kind of out on a limb there, and it worked. But it's something very new, and I need to obviously speak to teams a little bit and ask, you know, why is that now an option? Is this something you guys, you know, have worked on? Is this something you'd only do against PKD? You know, what makes them go for that rather than the easier setups? Because they had the opportunities to rotate off of B to challenge out on A and probably pick it up with the overmatch. They'll have more players against than the opponents. But they didn't do it. They wanted to stick on the B and the C hold, or, you know, wherever else. It was very, very strange from them. But it worked out fine. They've got a good ticketed lead. It may not be huge, but it's still enough.
I was looking at the kills, and actually Hunter had about 18 leading his team, and I think the second closest was 16. I mean, they had some really good kill-death ratios in there.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily 100% in my head reflect the score that we had, though, of 40 tickets.
No.
I mean, with great KDAs, you expect, you know, like 50, 60, maybe 70 in there. But either way, they still held on strong. There's a lot of action, a lot of just fighting in general, a lot of TDM action. But again, I agree with you. Odd style. Maybe it's just because they're French. Maybe that's why it works for them.
That's what I think.
I mean, they do weird things in a lot of the maps, and it works out most of the time.
Yeah, they do slightly unorthodox stuff, and as you said, it pays off. So what's wrong with it? You catch opponents out, and they don't know how to handle it. So are we ready to go back in?
Yep, let's go and drop you right back in. Just had to make sure, as I was going to have those swaps come in for the sides. TopAChat now on the US team, and PKD over on the Russian side. And right now, 40 tickets is that threshold. If PKD drop below that 40, they will be dropping down into the loser bracket finals, play against the winner of Dignitas and My Revenge. I don't actually know the status of that game just yet, but we'll fill you in just a little bit later on. And as we can see, kind of a standard play in the beginning out of both teams.
Yeah, very typical. Nothing extraordinary, but they are using the outside area to actually pick up C, so slightly different. She could be in trouble from that. If you can see how long it takes with that ACW art to actually take anyone down. A little bit of range just outside, push up, and it could change hands. But still, this is a good start coming out from PKD. They're looking fairly strong here.
A lot of kills already coming in just off the get-go of this one here. And right now, TopAChat not really coming out as a victor, as only have 4 kills combined. But right now, PKD looking strong. It seems like maybe that little bit of a halftime that they had gave them a little bit of time to think about, all right, what do we need to do differently? They have a strong start right here. But they're going to need more than a strong start to win this one. Because remember, 40 tickets, threshold, and, well, Gamers Connection, if they keep playing like they did last time, they're going to catch them off guard eventually.
We'll see. We're going to see how this one evolves here. You know, PKD look okay once they get set up, looking solid. I'm curious to see if they can keep that up, though. I don't know at the moment. Because you can already see how close TopAChat are getting towards A, and they do have the overmatch. There's only one player here, really, for the opponents. Only seen holding on to this, and maybe as soon as the opponents realize that, they'll actually push for it. Rella finally takes him down, gets a revive, and it looks like A's going to be challenged out. But they need to clear out these corridors. They need to get Snake clean there. Obviously, Outsider and Tom still fairly close by. They do take down Outsider. Tom falls. And B also being picked up by TopAChat. So they're really putting attention on this B flag.
And the C flag's completely wide open. It's not even being contested here like we saw in the first half. A little bit different. And, well, right now it's working in favor here at PKD as they have an advantage built up tickets. But B still being attacked. It's actually neutralized now. And both teams committed a lot of resources towards this. But PKD, they're responding by going for a 3-man push onto the A flag here. And, well, as we can see, it's going to work out well for them. They're going to get the hold. They still have C here, so they're going for the CA hold finally. And honestly, TopAChat are kind of just struggling to really get a little bit of momentum going.
And I don't know why PKD are being more aggressive than why. I don't get why they're pushing out now. Why not hold mid? You're putting yourself in threat now. The likes of Relic could just push around the side of you. Finally, a player will decide maybe to play a little defensive. That is Outsider. But look how open this is. This could have been pushed in a couple of seconds. If a smarter team was playing right now, they go, okay, well, there's 4 players here. Sod that, we're going to head up. I get trip caps, don't get me wrong, but there's times and places for them. And it's not when you're losing out on tickets right now.
Yeah, definitely. And, well, I mean, TopAChat, they do have control of B finally, so you might be able to push in towards the A flag, which no one's even there just yet here, but I believe Jensen will be able to spot at least one man out over by those metal detectors here. And we'll pick up 1 kill, so the A retake could potentially come in, but he gets killed immediately as he turns the corner. And that does allow that A hold now for the side of TopAChat. But B, going to be neutralized. Going to be a 1-for-1 trade between G and Outsider, so no kills, well, no flag going to be picked up here just yet. And he's being a little annoying for TopAChat.
Just a touch, getting around the backside there. And if he waits for a couple of respawns, you can see how aggressive they're going. He's going to get a lot of respawns on him now, but it could have been a lot better position, but A is obviously a great pickup. PKD like the more classical play. I think they're going to put it off, obviously. I think that they could do very well off the back of this if they keep going along this road. Zaya does find Outsider, and I think PKD are trying to deny these back spawns or wait for it and then maybe push in the back of it, and that's how they like to play here. Hunters, however, snuck through as well. It's a bit of a sneaky game from these two.
But you saw C when we looked at it. There was no one there. There's no one even outside right now. Everyone is fighting inside the buildings, trying to maintain this A and B hold here. And, you know, obviously the time it takes to get from B to A towards that C flag is a lot. So you don't necessarily want to commit one man out there who potentially can be picked up since it's so hard to retake it. But you got to throw that chance out there. You got to roll the dice every once in a while here, and they could just have a free flag and change the complete pace of this game here by picking up, you know, a 2-to-1 with the C flag held.
And just look at this scoreline, 76 to 123. PKD are playing a fantastic game at the moment, and they're not particularly doing better in kills drastically. You know, it's not like a completely one-sided bloodbath, but it's more the sight play and the smart play coming out of them. TopAChat had several opportunities to make this hurt a lot more, and they just didn't seem to realize it, which is the more surprising part. So let's have a look at the overview so far. See what we're seeing. Once again, PKD moving in towards B, just to get in their faces. TopAChat putting a lot of strain on this B flag. They've got people out on C. I want to see one of these teams actually slowing down and holding a 2-to-1 rather than just pushing out aggressively for no reason.
I think you might see your wish here because you can see PKD sitting inside the B flag, making sure that they have it. They have one man out towards C to defend against that. And they're doing a great job so far. I mean, they're starting to claw back the lead, and the difference between the two
he's
teams,
doing the
obviously.
position. Yay! Oh, that went badly. But that was the spot. You can sit right down there.
They used it last half as well.
Yeah, it didn't work out now. I'm a little sad.
I don't like a sad Lauren.
It's
Make it
pretty
work,
awful.
damn it. And either way, A is still being attacked in the meantime. You see him just going to hold on to C for quite a long time. B is still going to be maintained. And we're going to see a truck cap actually come out. And obviously with about a 30 to 40 ticket difference, this could completely even things out here and put us on a level playing ground. But remember, 40 tickets in favor of TopAChat. That is not a lot left to work with here if you're on the side of Planetkey.
TopAChat, stop pushing. Just hold the positions you're in.
Hold all your flags right now.
They're actually, no, they can lose B, that's fine. Just play smart, and they just, I don't know why they're so aggressive all the time. I don't know, they just get really angry and rush at people, and they kind of thrown away, but look at this play from Frod again on the rotate, round the backside, finds one, finds two. Frod just saved the day pretty much. He might die now, but the work he did there was absolutely sublime, reading the situation well, and maybe that's why they play like that, but it's still not exactly logical. These back 8 spawns could come in to kind of hurt them now.
It could, and won't be going to be turned back over. Remember, they have this tri-cap. Well, eventually might come back here in just a few seconds, but still, they're holding a 2-1. They have one man out towards C. That really isn't seeing any action just yet, but as soon as I say that, PKD going to start to make the push here eventually, and B going to be turned over as well. So we won't see a tri-cap come in, but we will see still the 2-1 held. And right now, this is going to be the lead finally picked up here for the first time this half by TopAChat. And now, well, they're looking for a couple more. Obviously, outside C flag will be turned over for PKD. But now that you reinforce this A flag, I think they realize that, hey, there's a huge hit coming out.
Wow.
They almost they wipe them. I think 3 people just killed 5. And that almost has given them the game. That has given them the game. They're going to get a tri-cap here, and now you have 13 tickets left to work with, 10 tickets left to work with.
And they already know those respawns are coming in at B. They know that's how the random respawns work, and they're just making it hurt. This is so well done. Those couple of kills that came in were absolutely perfect. TopAChat deserved this map after that one bit of play.
Yeah. And that's going to secure themselves the victory. They're going to go through into the playoffs now to join Epsilon, Exertus, Fnatic, and Meteor Makers here. And PKD will be dropping into the losers bracket finals to play against Dignitas or My Revenge, depending on obviously who wins that game. And apparently, Dignitas and Meteor Makers went to map 3.
Meteor Makers. Wow.
Sorry.
MYM have joined us, ladies and gents.
I saw MYR, and the Y caught me off guard. Apparently, Dignitas and My Revenge are in map 3.
And I'm not surprised. In complete honesty, Dig didn't play very well.
The thing is that My Revenge, they finished round of 16 4 times. They were ranked 13 coming into this, and the only reason they got through, I believe, was because of Infamous dropping out.
Not Infamous. Other team.
Pyrogen. Sorry, Pyrogen dropping out.
Nailed it. But yeah.
And Dignitas are struggling.
They seem to be, so I'm a little worried, but who knows who's going to be joining, obviously, TopAChat into this one. PKD playing a pretty good game, to be fair, all in all. They were very close.
Yeah.
But then there was that little bit extra that just seemed to come to the forefront there in the end, and it just worked out a little bit better for TopAChat. But they're a good team. It's kind of to be expected. TopAChat are very solid. They play smart Battlefield, occasionally slightly unorthodox, but nevertheless smart enough. They're French. We all expect it now after Pyrogen and Infamous and all the others do this kind of stuff. We're just like, once the French teams get to the group stages, they always pull out crazy stuff. Everyone goes, that's actually a good idea. You know, it's like that instant snap, but still, all in all, really great play from TopAChat. I think they're holding a couple of cards back. I don't think they want to give away the game completely just yet about what they can do. But we'll see how they do going forward, and I want to find out who's going to join them.
Well, obviously, we're going to find out after this break. Can't really tell the results just yet here, but we can obviously tell you Dignitas My Revenge in a map number 3. So we're going to quick little break here. When we come back, the final game of the night will be kicking off. It's a loser bracket finals, and that's the last chance for well, at least one of these 2 teams to get through into the playoffs. We'll see you guys in just a few.